Hello and welcome to another session of ICT lesson. Today I want us to look at how we can work across multiple sheets in MS Excel. And it is important to note that sometimes you deal with a mixed data and it is important to group them into categories. For example, in my screen here you can see in a shop it could be a small store or a large one like a supermarket. You can have different categories, maybe for clothes, cosmetics, electronics, and maybe hardware items. Grouping data like this is very important because you can analyze them separately. If you are interested to know the amount of money you are making for clothes, you will just go to the clothes sheet in Excel and work from there. Same you can do in electronics or cosmetic or any other group. Now, these sheets are used to group data, but they are not independent. You can still work across them. You can do calculations across them. You can reference a value from one sheet to another, as I will show you later. Another important thing to take note of here is we can do calculations on the groups. If I want a value from one sheet to be used in a certain calculation, I can easily get it. And that one is very easy. If I want, for example, if I want a value in C7 in the clothes sheets, I can refer to it by just writing this reference. Put equal sign, then the name of the sheet where that value is, then you put exclamation mark, then the cell reference which contains that value in the clothes sheet. Another thing to take note of, if the name of the sheet has space, like this one, there is a space here, you have to put single quotation marks in the name, then you put exclamation mark, and finally you write the cell reference in that sheet which contains the value you want. I will go ahead and show you in MS Excel how all these things are done. Here I have MS Excel file with information about daily sales. I will open it. Now you can see here we have different sheets for the tax rates, clothes, cosmetic, electronics, like that. If I want to create a new sheet, what I need to do is simply point to this icon with the plus sign and click it like that. I can even click again to create another sheet. Then these sheets must be given names according to the information those sheets contain. To rename it, just right click it like this and choose rename. Then you can even give it a name like ABC, or you can give it another name like 1, 2, 3, and it is working like that. If you want to delete these sheets, you just right click it like this, then choose delete, like this, then delete, as easier as possible. If you want to scroll across sheets, you can use this handle like that. Now here I will show you some data here, and in this data I have tax rates. Different types of products or items have different tax rates. Tax is amount collected from sales of a product to be remitted to government. If I sold something and I got maybe 1,000, then a fraction of it will go to the government, and those fractions are here. This is equivalent to 14%, and this one is equivalent to 16%. Here you write it in form of percentage sign, but here I take the value of 100, I'm writing it in form of decimal places, and it refers to the same thing. I will go ahead and show you how we can calculate tax for different products, then be able to collect their totals and populate this small table with the total tax for each category. Then finally we'll calculate the total tax to be remitted to the government. Okay, going to my clothes here, I will take quantity multiplied by unit price. So I will have quantity multiplied by unit price, just like that. Then I will just pull down the formula. Here things will be different because I will refer to information from tax rate sheet. So I have to be cautious here. Do it again, equal sign, click my cells, times, go to the tax rate sheet. The rate for clothes is here. Now you can see here I'm picking a value for sales multiplied by the rate in C7. I will just press enter like that. But when I drag down this formula like this, I end up with the wrong values. Why? Because in the first cell, this rate is picking it from, we are picking our rate from C7. And C7 is here, C7, okay? But look at the second tax charge. Here, it is picking from C8, meaning the cell reference shifted downwards. And we don't want to do that because finally you'll end up with the wrong information. Look at this, the next one. It is picking from C9, and C9 contains electronics. This is C9. C9. So you can see the rate is shifting as we drag down the formula. And to avoid that, we are going to use the dollar signs. In this case, after doing the first calculation, you put a dollar sign before letter C and before the number in the cell reference. This is what we call absolute cell referencing, and dollar sign means it should not leave. This one will be changing because as we shift down, it will be picking new cell, but the rate, it should be fixed. So by putting this dollar sign, we are fixing it in cell C7. I will press enter. Now if I apply my formula, poop, it works. If I click here, you can see C7 is there. Click anywhere else, C7 is there. Now I will calculate after sales tax, sales after tax. So I will just pick my sales minus the tax, then I will get sales after tax. You can see it has reduced from 60 to 51.6 because some money will go to the government. And for this, I don't have any challenges. I'll just pull down like this because I'm only picking across these rows. I'm not referring to a certain value somewhere which must be fixed. I will go ahead and find total here. Just use sum and total sales from here to here. I'm doing that in case I add something I will not need to change the formula. Now I will just pull down the handle to calculate across like that. That is for clothes. I will go ahead now for cosmetic. Do the same, equal sign, quantity, multiply by units, enter, pull down the formula, the tax, equal sign, pick my cells, multiply. Now I'm going to the tax rate sheet to pick the tax rate for the cosmetic. Click the sheet, go to cosmetics, press enter. So when I come here, you can see I don't want to leave this cell because it contains the rate for cosmetic. So I will have to put $sign and make it absolute like that. Then I will press enter. So you can see it has $cents. Now I will just come here, pull down the formula, and if I click this one, it is still at C8. Click this one, C8, but this one is changing because it is picking from this column. I will just put equal sign, take my cells minus tax charge, okay, and just complete this exercise. Then equal sign sum, I'll do that from here to here. I'll do enter like this. Done. Electronics, very fast. Multiply by that, enter, pull down my formula, equal sign, pick my cells, times, pick my rate from the other sheet. For electronic it is 0.18, enter. You can confirm here it is in C9. I will come and peg it here with $signs so that it doesn't leave this. That is what we call absolute cell referencing. Press enter, pull down the handle, click one of them, it is still C9, click this C9, excellent, equal sign, pick my cells minus tax charge, like that, pull down the handle, do my sum here, from here to here, enter, then drag it like this, and I will save my work. Come to hardware, cells, pick your times that, enter. I have my cells, tax, pick your cells, times, go to rate. For hardware it is 0.15, press enter. Then I will pull down the handle. Sorry, I'm not supposed to pull down, I have to fix it. I will come here and fix it at C10. C10 is the one for hardware. C10, put $sign before C and before 10 and press enter and pull down the handle, equal sign, take my cells minus government tax to get cells after tax. For the total sum, pick for this, then enter. Bring it like that. Now I will now populate this table. I want the total tax for the clothes, which is this one, I want it there. For the cosmetic, which is this one, I want it there in tax rate sheet. So to do that, you'll just reference it like this, equal sign, go to where your value is, that is clothes, press enter. Don't pull down, it will have an error. Equal sign, cosmetics, pick the tax, and the electronics, pick your tax, and for hardware, pick your tax, and so finally total will be sum equals to from here to here, and so the advantage of self-referencing is tomorrow, for example, if by mistake this was clothes was supposed to be 0.12, if I change it here, all the changes will be reflected. So if I come here and change this to 0.12 and press enter, you can see even here it has changed. So let me return it to 0.14, enter, it changes back. That is the advantage of using cell references when working across multiple sheets in Excel. Thank you for participating. See you next time. Bye bye.